Right, here we go then. Yes, welcome to the show. Yet again, we got another special guest on my show. I have with me a solo female singer, and introducing on my show, we've got Markey Blue. Welcome. How are we doing today?
Thank you for having me.
Great. Obviously, music is what you do. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here because our channel really does exclusively spotlight on, the music. Just wanted to ask the first question, like where are you in the world and like what tell me and my listener a little bit about you do what you do.
Well, I'm located in Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, and I do a lot. I do a lot of stuff. Um, it's so funny. Most musicians here in Nashville we all have regular day gigs. It's funny, I'm lucky enough to find a place that hires touring musicians and they work around your schedule. One of the kids I work with, he works for a band. I can't remember the name of the artist. He's on Jason Aldean's label. And those kids are flying in and out constantly. They just had the number one song last week in the country. Uh, and he still has to work a day job. That's the way things are. I mean, he makes more money working at a restaurant than he does out on tour with one of the number one country artists. But a lot of the kids I work with and stuff, everybody tours, lots of musicians. They kind of started doing it during COVID.
Oh,
And
that's
then,
good.
yeah, and they're just working around everybody's schedule.
It's
But
nice. So
oh,
it's
it's
nice it's nice to do something you enjoy and make a kind of living from it, partial living.
right. I do songs for film and television.
Beautiful.
Um, we had quite a few different songs picked up by very popular TV shows here in the US. I produce for other artists. I just did an Americana artist, and I'm this weekend working with a Christian reggae, which ought to be fun. But I also do videos. Then I have a video business where I do videos for artists who don't have big budgets and can't afford a lot. So I started during COVID doing affordable little videos, so they could have something nice, you know.
Great. Well, it's got many strings to your bow.
You do a lot.
Cool. And one of the reasons I wanted to get you on this program or episode was to chat about your new record, Send Me Love. Can you just give me and my listeners some more information about what they expect from this new single?
Sure. Most people who followed me for the past few years know that I've usually toured in the blues. The last few years, I've made the switch over to soul and R&B. Um, this is the first song that I have produced solely by myself. Usually my husband would be producing with me, but he ended up getting a brain injury. So I'm on my own on this one. Um, got some legends playing on this song that are, just friends that had agreed to come in and play on it. But I'm excited about it because it was my baby from start to finish, and I'm just excited how it came out. And it just got picked up. It got picked up by a television publisher. So he is currently shopping it, which is amazing because he's so picky. But he ends up getting me the best placements.
So this record is growing and growing by the second or the hour.
Well, cross your fingers. I'm hoping some television show or commercial will go ahead and pick it up.
And Send Me Love, you mentioned working with some great musicians that
Oh
you
my
get
goodness.
get along with. What was that experience like going into the recording studio on the making of this record?
Well, we actually own our own studio. But like I said, since my husband's brain injury, I'm having to work with other friends, their studios, until I get a little better at engineering. Um, so it was fun, but it's all been a different thing working with someone else to help me mix and working with someone else, after recording for 12, 13 years with one person, and then all of a sudden making that switch, it's a little scary.
That's understandable. And What do you hope will resonate most with the audience on this new single? For example, is there a message in the song the listener can relate or connect with?
Well, I hope so, because things are a little crazy here in the US right now. It's a
Mm.
little scary. And I just wanted to write a little love song, just something sweet, something happy to just give people that feel good feeling, you know, to forget about their troubles and forget about everything going on. And just a sweet little love song.
Sometimes it's the little things, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
lot going on.
yeah, has there been a music video for release for this record? Because you say you
There
might have.
is. There is. So it's under the Markey Blue Rick Latina channel. So that's it was the Markey Blue Rick Latina project is what I toured under for years in the blues world. And that's where you'll find the video. So just put Send Me Love. As soon as you click in Markey Blue, you'll see it.
And you released an album in 2024 called Blue Eyed Soul. How many
Yeah,
tracks are on this album? And
that
do you
is
have a standout track on this, which is like one
that
of your?
is a gorgeous album. Most of that album has been picked up for film and television.
Mm.
It is some of the most beautiful music that we ever wrote. It's all soul. A lot of it is, it's one of those pour yourself a glass of wine and kick back and relax and just let it wash over you. There's some beautiful stuff on that.
And what do you enjoy about the appeal of Blue Eyed Soul music?
Say it again.
So, what do you enjoy about the appeal of like Blue Eyed Soul music?
It just speaks to me. It just soul music just speaks to me. It's in the blues world, you have to kind of stick, it's very rigid and that. And it's like we were always throwing something else in, more soul, more R&B. And so finally with that album, we took songs that we'd been writing for so long and just put them all into one beautiful package. And that's Blue Eyed Soul.
And who have been some of like the blue-eyed soul artists over the years you've looked up to? Like, for example, my favorite's Simply Red, more
Oh,
mainstream, but
love Simply Red. But then you got to think like Hall and Oates were two of the first kind of blue-eyed soul coming in there, and then of course Josh Stone and that.
right.
But,
Because another track he released was "Come On, Come On." That's doing reasonably well on the platforms, and it did remind me of Josh Stone's "Super Duper Love."
come on, take it to. Oh yeah, yeah. Now that I think, yeah, you're right. I wrote that because I used to work with. Well, I worked with so many stars. Bob Hope, Phyllis Diller, the Smothers Brothers, Frank Sinatra one time. So I worked with so many stars. I worked with the George Jefferson, the guy that played George Jefferson, Sherman Hemsley. And when he passed away, I wrote Come On as a tribute to him. Because every day he would show up when I was working in Las Vegas, he would show up and just make everybody feel so warm and loved and happy. And so that's when I wrote that song,
Yes, I'm
was,
with you. That's amazing.
huh?
Yeah, I'm with you.
But yeah, I've been really fortunate to work with. I've worked with so many celebrities over the years, you know. So you never know where you're going to get inspiration from.
Also another track on your album called "The Blues Are a Knockin'." Can you tell me about this one? A little bit about
Oh,
this one.
okay, that's its own CD. The Blues Are Knockin'. Um, we we almost won a BMA award with that one. Um, I love that song. Our publisher reached out to us, our television publisher reached out and said, "Hey, I need a blues song for such and such TV show." And so we came up with a couple, and they're both on that album. One is Blues Are Knockin', the other one was Worries. And my favorite on that is The Blues Are Knockin', but of course, Worries got picked up and it's sitting in 5 different TV shows right now. So
Right.
So they picked up the other one. But
And
the Blues Are Knockin' is my favorite on that album.
and are you an independent artist or are you
Oh yeah.
signed? Oh wow, that's amazing.
We've done trying to think which one that was on. No, the first one that we did was Hey Hey. That was on Delta Groove. And then there was another one called Raised in Muddy Waters, and that was on the Elder Soul label. And then Creative and Dreams, the guy who used to run EMI in Europe, he runs that, and he signed us for that one. But no, the Blue Eyed Soul is on our label, which is Solo Sound Records, and same with Semi Love, that's on our label.
And the Semi Love is your current effort, your current release. Will this
Yeah.
give you more incentive to release more music throughout the rest of the year and beyond?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm right currently writing.
And where have been some of the most memorable places in like your country or the world you've visited or performed in?
Oh my goodness. Um, well, I've been all over the place. The last festival we did was in Portugal, in the Azore Islands, the big blues fest there. But I also worked as a stand-up comic for a long time. So I mean, I've literally performed all over. I used to come and do the QE2. I would I opened for Bob Hope on the QE2 and Rich Little years ago. I love that boat. I absolutely have you ever been on there?
Don't think I have, you know.
As it comes out of Southampton, you look back and you see the most beautiful those what are those cliffs coming
Oh,
out of Southampton?
yeah, there's a White Cliffs of
What?
Dover.
Yes, they're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And they tell you right about when you're going over the Titanic. You know, just as you're crossing over, they'll do an announcement and tell you. It's just so cool. But I've literally performed all over the world.
Wow.
So yeah.
Have to ask, what are the three essential items that you need to take on tour? You got to take a tough brush, obviously, but and your instruments.
Three essential items. Hmm. Well, I always take a lucky piece with me. Um, my ex husband, who's no longer with us, he toured with everybody under the sun, Madonna, Britney Spears, the Stones, Shakira, you name it. And I used to get to go travel and when they were out on tour, and one of the stagehands gave me a little angel that's inside of, I don't know what it is. It's clear and but it's a little lucky piece. And he would give them out with a little ceremony to different people. I would run into people in Rome or in Spain, different stage people with different shows, and they would pull them out of their pocket and put it on the bar. And whoever didn't have theirs paid. They had to buy drinks. So I've had that thing with me for years because you never know when you're going to run into other artists or, stage workers and stuff that have them there on them.
And
I don't know. It's just one of those crazy things you hang on to.
sure. And would you be open to writing a book at all about your anecdotes?
You are like, I'm going to have to do it because so many people have said the exact same thing. Because, like I said, I've worked with so many celebrities through the years and I have great stories, and lots of pictures of the different ones I've worked with and just crazy things that have happened. So I think I should. I really think I should.
And is there anything else that you may like to add to the interview, you know, for the people who listen to your music or your friends and family?
Just thank you so much for inviting me to come on and even playing it because I know not a lot of radio stations will play, this kind of music. It's a very small genre that play this. And so I'm just so grateful and appreciative. And just for anybody out there, don't stop writing or doing your dream or because you never know. So many crazy things and wonderful things have happened throughout my life. It's just because I've never given up. You don't stop and you never know where that next door is going to lead you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wonderful words of wisdom there. And where's best for people to follow you? I like, say, social media, emailing lists, websites, streaming platforms.
We're at markeybluericklatina.com, but it's divided into two separate artists now. But you can find us on Facebook, Instagram. Um, Everything's kind of changing now since I'm on my own. So it's Markey Blue, Markey Blue. But you can find me on pretty much everything.
I would just like to say thank you for joining me on my show and answering my questions. It's been a delight having you on my show today.
Thank you so much, honey.
And Semi Love is out now.
Yep.
Great. And go check it out. Marky Blue on today's show. Thanks again.
Thanks, Ann.